Dear Diary, yesterday I became a werewolf, which was the second best thing to ever happen to me. The first best actually obviously being the fact that I was born an orc, but let's not kid ourselves. Being born the apex of civilization is all well and good, but becoming a werewolf is no small thing in and of itself. Alright, we get a common soul gem here and some robes of restoration. To be honest, I don't know how useful that's going to be, given, you know, the whole, I am orcish dagger. Orcish dagger. Oh, well, that's very nice. That's very nice indeed. Right, I'll just help myself to some of these things that you have. A Daedra heart. Do you know what? Do you know that I've been looking for this? I now have possession of a Daedra blue mage robes. Those are also wonderful. Okay. Alright. Yes. Didn't I have in my journal somewhere? It was a while ago. It was, to be sure, a while ago. Yes. Troll fat and a Daedra heart. Okay, I need to find troll fat. Did I not kill a troll while I was a werewolf? I might have. I might have done. Sacks of flour. I'll take those. To watch the inventory a little bit. Ooh, a skull. Enchanting increased. Perfect. And some potions of regeneration. Unfortunately, cannot, you know, just have those. Right, yes. So anyways, yes, being a werewolf. Now, unfortunately for me, I'm still going to need to, like, carry around all my food and armor. Well, actually, you know what? I bet you I don't need to be carrying around food anymore, because being a werewolf kind of seems like it comes with its own supply of food. Novus robes of destruction and alteration? Wow. Hold up. Can I disenchant this? No. Alright, well, fair enough. That's very curious. Yes. Why? I appear to be a little bit peggish, which doesn't actually make sense to me, being that, you know, werewolf. I ate a bunch of people last night. I ate an absolute ton of people last night. Well, whatever. Little bit of hunger never really hurt anybody. Fort Amor Prison. I bet you there are more people who are in dire need of killing in here. And I am, for one, more than happy to... Oh, well, the answer to that question is yes. There's some idiot standing right here who does not see me, despite the fact that I'm wearing heavy armor. And now he's dead. And oh, there was another one. Funny. Very funny. Yes. Right. Alright. To any of these books, what's funny is that I can tell whether I really want to read these books based on how valuable they are. If they're not, you know, I'm a busy person, a busy orc, which is even more important than a busy person. I just don't read books that have a value of less than 50, because it's just a tremendous waste of my time, you know. And furthermore, is there anybody else in here? You know, I think I'll take the good sword. Not the sword. This is a hammer. Yes, of course. I knew that. These prison cells, they're all unlocked, which is, you know, I think I need to have a word with the prison management about this. Even if there are no prisoners, I feel like the cells should be locked. You know, you don't want the prison personnel to just end up... What's the word I'm looking for? First-hand revolt. Yes. You don't want the prison guards to accidentally lock themselves in the cell, and I feel like this could be avoided if you had the cells always be locked. Extra magic. Well, yes, I'll actually take that as well. Lantern, yes. speaking of books, they've hidden one here. How very silly of them. Right. Well, that is a book that I'm going to read on the grounds that it is worth a lot more than 50 gold. Boom. Spell learned. Bound bow. Oh, that's fantastic. If only I'd sunk any sort of skill making into conjuring things. Do not take me for a conjurer of cheap magic. I'm better than that. Right. So, now the question is, where might I find troll fat? And I think the answer to that question is around, particularly up in the mountains. So that's probably something that I want to, go take care of, post-haste. The other thing I need to do is find myself a traveling companion, having discarded Findel, Lydia, and I never really picked up Ayla, which I might want to be perfectly frank, because she makes a wonderful traveling companion. And okay, yes, I like the fact that her outfit does not have a backside. That's really quite nice. I'm sure she has a lovely personality. I'd love to get to know her better. I mean, yeah, actually, yes, I would like to get to know her better. Who am I kidding? Oh, goodness. Yes. Why did I decide to sleep only until whatever time this is? This is, 9:18 p.m. Why? That was a decision. Oh well. Questionable at best, I suppose. Perhaps what I'll do is find a bed here and sleep until dawn. Yes, and then proceed at a time of day that's less vampire-y, because screw those evil vampires. Oh, that reminds me, I need to actually, do that thing with the dawn god.
It's high time you learn to be a Nord, too. But Mama, he's a half-decent farmer. Ask him to teach you to farm.
Yes, I'm definitely a half-decent farmer.
What's your
given
trouble?
that,
telling tales again?
Telling tales? No one's telling tales except telling tales about me being a farmer. I mean, I wouldn't mind, retiring from that when I'm old. I mean, I wouldn't mind retiring to be a farmer when I'm old and infirm. But, not really for me right now.
Not much to it, really. We fish and keep to ourselves. Try to keep from upsetting the Empire or the Stormcloaks. And so far the war's left us alone.
The war has left you alone, you say. I'm not so sure that I like this. Oh my god. You have, I can't just have... No, of course I can't just have those. Well, is anybody actually looking at me right now? Yes, unfortunately. Excuse me, Mr. God, do you have something against orcs? Are you watching me just because you think that I am going to cause problems?
Oh, been tending your hounds? You smell like a wet dog.
That's racist. Anyway, yes. I think I'm going to proceed in a southerly direction. Mostly on the grounds that... Well, there's some plans up there that I need to steal. So that's one thing that I can do. And another thing that I can do is basically wait out the clock until I can become a werewolf again. And then I can go kill and eat more things. But in the meantime, I have noticed that my carry weight has gone a bit silly. And it would not do to just let that go nuts. So there we go, well fed. Potato soup, that didn't really help. Ah, dead bear. I wonder how that empty. That's very disappointing. Someone came along and cleaned my kill for me. I would much have preferred to have that pelt myself. Unless that was me. My memory is a little bit fuzzy, I must admit. I have a bear pelt. I do have a bear pelt. Okay, so that's probably what happened then, actually. I must have come back this way. Look, it was a long day. I was exulting in the whole having been a werewolf thing. I can't really be blamed for not remembering every little thing that happened to me. I mean, to be fair, if you were a werewolf and had sex with Marlena Grogorok, you'd probably forget the later, because, to be honest, that pales in comparison to being a werewolf. I mean, granted, I'm given to believe that she's the greatest courtesan in all the land, which makes sense naturally. Being an orc, of course, she'd be. Yeah, how many orc courtesans have you heard of? And of course, being an orc, she'd be better at being a courtesan than everything else, because orcs are naturally better at everything than everyone else. But alas, even having sex with Marlena Grogogorak pales in comparison to becoming a werewolf. I would know, having done both, obviously. But you see, you only become a werewolf once. Per day, that is. And then you can become a werewolf again. Oh, and before I forget, you can have sex with Marlena Grogogorak multiple times. If your stamina is high enough, and rest assured, mine is. And then the sun sets and you can become a werewolf again. Or was it 24? This is something that I would like to know. There are a couple of things about my new powers that I would like to determine immediately. First of all, does the 1 day must pass before you can become a werewolf thing, does that clock start when you become a werewolf or when you exit your werewolf form? And then secondly, does the clock reset 24 hours later, or does it just reset like when the sun sets or the sun rises, or at midnight or something like that? You know, I think there's a way to actually test that right now. Powers, let's go ahead. I cannot become a werewolf yet. Okay, that's just grayed out. That's actually very useful for me to know. Unfortunately, I did not bother to check and see when my magnificent ability actually expired, but that is something to keep an eye on. Because after all, given the option between being a puny little orc and being a werewolf. Oh, right, yes, of course. That's... You know, actually, I'm rather grateful that I don't get to just transform it with Snapleg Cave. Before I have that thought, let me just say, I'm actually quite glad that I don't get to just transform at will, because then I'd be stuck in this unfortunate condition of having to decide whether I want to be a superior life form known as an orc or a superior life form known as a werewolf, and this way I don't really have to choose all that often. Freedom of choice, more like burden of choice. Anyways, Snapleg Cave, this I must see. Did you seriously run into melee range after reducing my movement speed? You idiot. Why would you do that?
Oops! Did you decide to take cover next to a fuel tank? You moron. You ain't nothing but a rad hound, dying all the time.